Now, I've been talking a lot about the power of education. If you've been watching, I started my video, a series of 100 videos talking about my parents, thanking them for the solid foundation. But what if you didn't have formal education? What if you didn't attend the four walls of a college or university or whatever? What if you didn't get that? Now, have you noticed that if you look at the wealthiest people in the world, if you look at the top 10, out of the top 10, I would say maybe 6 or 8 of them are high school dropouts. So education is very, very important. There's no doubt about it. Education is very important. But does that mean that if you don't have an education, you're bound to fail? You're bound to become a pauper? You're not going to succeed? No. Because it has been proven by many, many, many multi-billionaires who are high school dropouts that you can still succeed without education, without the four walls. And let me just put this. Education is not only in the four walls of a building. It's not, you don't just get educated in college. As a matter of fact, what you learn in college or in school, high school, secondary school, university, most of the time when you go out into the real world, you don't use any of that stuff, okay? But learning all of that stuff builds the foundation for you to think right, for you to start analyzing stuff right, for your brain to work right. It builds that foundation. But if you don't have it, there's there are lots of people who are street smart. They call it the University of Hard Knocks, okay? They learn it as they live, okay? A lot of people, very successful people, haven't been to universities, haven't been to colleges, don't even have high school degrees. A lot of them are college dropouts and high school dropouts, but they are making millions upon millions of dollars. So why am I saying all of this? I'm a proponent of high education and stuff like that. My father was, my mother was, my whole family are proponents of high education. But what I'm saying is that if you are past going to college, it's never too late to go to college anyway. You've seen 80-year-old and 90-year-olds who've gone back to school, but that is what they chose to do. So what if you have chosen not to go to school? Can you still succeed? Yes. Can you still become a billionaire? Yes. You just have to want it so badly and do what you have to do. Because the college dropouts and the high school dropouts who are multi-billionaires, they're not sitting on their laurels. No. They are working and they are failing and they are getting up again and they are failing and they're getting up again and they are failing. What you see, the results of their struggle, you see the successes, you see the money in the bank, you hear their stories, but most of the time you don't hear all their failures, all of the failures that they've been through to get to the point where they got. Even though they didn't have that formal education, but they had to still do their due diligence and put in the work necessary and learn the skills necessary. It's not in the four walls of a college, sitting in class, but they are learning the skills anyway. So please don't sit out there and say, oh, I don't have an education, I don't have a degree. She's talking about having a master's degree and a PhD and all whatnot, so I can't do it. Because no, you can do it, okay? You just have to learn the skills, go search for the information that you need to do what it is that you want to do, and you will be successful, okay?